building a business around AI and then trying to commercialize it with all the legacy systems is not easy. You can ask people to use that model, but that doesn't really change the game for a small company, and it doesn't make it accessible that easily in the sense that AI doesn't become accessible. The service of speaking to AI becomes accessible. So what was quite clear to me is that we need to granularize AI, and to do that, that's very agentic. That's where our focus is.
So at the onset of Fetch.ai, our main focus has always been to democratize access to AI and enable where an average individual can actually go and have their own AI that represents them out on this network and expand that into businesses and other solutions of AI.
When I was a kid in Pakistan, I used to build computers and sell them, do tuitions, run a classroom for younger kids. Then I looked at kind of automation quite early on, because in Pakistan, most businesses were not automated, didn't have even digitizations. I partnered with a company in America called National Instruments. This is when I was 14, 15, something like that. Trying to get into then technology, the opportunities was quite limited there. When I came to UK, it just takes time to get adjusted, and then I started my own business probably, I think it was around 25 years ago. So that was the first business here. So I was in gaming sector, and during that time there was a downturn in gaming, and that wasn't very successful. But luckily, what happened because of that was I met Demis Hassabis, who was the founder and the thinker behind DeepMind. So we used to, talk about how we can build AI which thinks like humans. And when he came out of his PhD, we kind of thought, well, it would be good to have something in AI, and he had some vision. So I went in with the first check in the company, and my focus and understanding was, what do you build in AI? So it's even more difficult how you commercialize it, and that's the premise Fetch was built on, which is, how do you take AI, how do you make it accessible to individuals? How do you make it accessible to small businesses? And how does it commercialize?
So when you go in and you're talking to a large language model, you're usually having one personality that you've allocated to that large language model, and then you have a task that you're working through. And it has a large knowledge base of information that it's been trained on. So it's very effective at doing that, and it's very effective at going out on the web, finding the latest data, and bringing that into its context, and then working through it.
If you think about the evolution, GPT 3.5 came out. That was sort of the first really scaled up usable sort of model, which I guess sort of went to millions of people. And then of course that started generating a lot of data for OpenAI in that case. And then that sort of propelled the new generation of models from all of that data, giving quite a lot of new capabilities for everyone. Sort of changes how you work, how you retrieve information, makes us much more efficient on finding out things, iterating, customizing the available data. At the moment, we might be seeing some plateauing on that side of things. We get new generation of models. They are better, but not that much better.
So if you think about a small business or a big business running on a legacy infrastructure, nobody goes and, okay, I'm going to rip it out and I'm going to start again. That's not very possible. They take a lot of time to actually shift from one. I mean, you could see in the medical sector, in the healthcare sector, nothing changes that quickly. Agentic systems are probably the solution to bring new technology to legacy systems. But how do you take a legacy system And how do you convert that legacy system into AI first? Because that's the idea.
So this is the new agentic setup that now is becoming the next talking point outside of the large language models. And when we start talking about agentic systems, that is multiple AIs working together and finding the right model for the right job, and not just using one large model to rule them all, but have that model do what it's really good at. But what you're able to do is give each of them unique personalities. And a personality is basically the core instruction set for the AI of what is it responsible for, what is its objective, what personality should it have in that context, and what are some other preferences or details that you want it to know about when processing or working through a problem. And so what you can then end up doing is either put those agents that you've set up into a network and have them autonomously orchestrate and plan and manage and find other agents that could maybe help them out with a given task to facilitate, hey, I need to go and book a trip. I'm Devin's personal agent. He wants to plan a trip to Disney World. I don't have the tools in my toolbox to go do that. So I'm gonna go work with 5 other agents that are out there that can book hotels, book the Disney tickets, and do all of that on my behalf, and then bring that back to me, and then I'll communicate that to Devin in a way that Devin likes to be communicated to, as opposed to Devin having to go out to the web, search all those things, and do that. We have over 2.6 million agents as an example within our ecosystem that developers have built that represent anything from individuals to businesses to other utility or functionality that a program can go and do. With the Fetch.ai network and us merging into the artificial superintelligence ecosystem, ASI1 is our way of democratizing personalizing your AI. So ASI1 really is focused on that average individual coming in and personalizing an AI that is theirs. So ASI1 really lowers that barrier for a developer to go and interface with existing agents and facilitate the search and discovery of those agents.
And we are getting these powerful tools where we can, hopefully apply this accelerated piece of development in other fields and get new cool gadgets, new cool science out there. Go to space travel. I just can't even imagine where we will be in 10 years.
With decentralization, we get a lot of trust because you don't have a central party that is relying on to provide you your solutions and your technology. That allows us to have each individual have their own wallet, have their own identity, and have their own agents that also have their own identity and wallets that allow them to manage the transactions going on between the AIs and have full traceability that's transparent to them on how are the AIs interacting within the network and how are they benefiting me, as well as what are they sharing out. And the decentralized network is one layer to that, and then we build on top of that to bring in smart contracts to help you with identifying what agents are representative of which people. And similar to a tick box that you have on X or verification that you have for a traditional website of domain name services and the certificates that you get from a third party to go and verify that you are the owner of this website. The biggest gratitude or thing I've had come out of building AIs and the growth of the AI space, first and foremost, is our team. And actually seeing them evolve and not only from a culture perspective, personal perspectives, and the growth that they've had, and the acceleration that AI and the things we're building is bringing back to them. So seeing those types of use cases has been amazing, and it's just wild to see the difference, not only 3 years, but as we've been talking, the last 3 months has been crazy, the amount of progression that's happened.
Fetch is 3 components. ASI1 is a large language model, which is tuned for agentic stuff. So what it enables you to do is interact with agents, find agents, bring task orchestrations. An agentverse is a place where you can actually deploy agents. It's like a marketplace of agents, and they become discoverable. FlockX, which is a platform where businesses can easily bring legacy systems onto this AI-first economy. You can take an API and you can put an agent on it with 4 lines or 5 lines of code, and AI ready. So LLM can communicate with you. Our focus is agentic network, the ability to plan or break it into subtasks and orchestrate all the agents to actually bring the task together. It is an exciting time, there is no doubt about it, and I think everybody knows that. But what is really exciting for me is we're seeing that same effect we saw when web was becoming a thing. When the web came, it was all about websites. And then from websites came e-commerce and all the other things that we came up with. This is now happening with AI, and I think we still haven't seen too much of it. So for me, agents and agentic system is just like that, which is every website, the next piece of AI first evolution is agents. So anybody who has a website, anybody who has a social account, social media account, Insta or X account, these are all representations of either an individual or a business. You're going to see that being agents. So AI first economy is going to change how we interact and how we make money or how we economically benefit from it. But what is even more exciting is the accelerated research, discovery, and ability to learn as a human race. And I think that is going to fundamentally change a lot of things we do. And that is us going into this world where we can actually discover and explore things much, much quicker. We're going to see that as the next big thing. Infrastructure, which enables you to find different materials, enables you to solve biological problems, longevity issues. We can live longer, we can do the discovery of DNA manipulation. All those things which were taking us years will take us days now.